Hi, I'm Mike Maramoto, Director of Field Relations for Gano, and today we're going to teach you about our company and our products. Now here at Gano, we have 4 pillars. Number 1, we have Energize. That talks about our coffee products. Revitalize, which talks about the life-giving herb that we put in all of our products. Harmonize, that's where we give back in all the countries that we ever go into. And Socialize, and that talks about the money aspect of our business. And at the end we talk about belief. Now, what I mean by belief is if you can't believe in what you're doing, isn't it hard to get people to believe in what you're doing? Now, the first thing that I always ask people is what is the very first thing you need to do to become healthier? Now, most people think that it's diet or nutrition, but it comes before that. People think that it's drinking more water or going to sleep on time, but it's actually before that too. The first thing you have to do before you can do anything is simply decide you want to. Now, those people that make a healthy decision in their lives, what percentage of them actually stick with it past 6 months? How many people here know somebody that drinks coffee, right? Now, here's the weird question. How often do they forget to drink it? Well, for 8 out of 10 Americans, they don't. Why? Why do people never forget their coffee? Number 1 comfort food, second largest traded commodity, second most consumed beverage other than water. Now, what do we do with coffee? It's very simple. We make it good for you. Now, do we call it healthy coffee? Well, we used to, but calling it healthy coffee we found out was actually really bad marketing. What do I mean? Well, if I said, hey, would you like to try some healthy coffee? Most people would tell me, no, thank you. I like coffee that tastes good. Because healthy and taste good, well, they don't always go together, do they? Would you like to try some healthy coffee? No, thank you. I like my coffee with caffeine in it. I mean, why else would you drink it? Would you like to try some healthy coffee? No, thank you. I only drink real coffee. I tried Poston before, and I didn't really like it. So instead of calling it healthy, well, we called it what it really was, and that's enriched. What does enriched even mean? Well, it simply means we're adding something to real coffee. So the only question they should ask you then is, well, what do you enrich it with? Now, some people still might ask you, does it have caffeine in it? My answer to them is, I sure hope so. Isn't that why people drink coffee? In fact, if you knew how they decaffeinated coffee, well, you probably wouldn't drink it anyways. It's a harsh chemical process far worse for you than the caffeine ever could have been. Now, how many people here have ever tried decaf before? Yeah, well, how did that formaldehyde taste? Or the 5 other cancer-causing chemicals used in most major brands today? Who'd like a second cup now? I didn't think so. Now, let me ask this question. How many people here have ever tried enriched products before? I mean, they're pretty common, aren't they? We got vitamin water, Gatorade, orange juice with calcium, milk with vitamin D, and my favorite, Wonder Bread. But let me ask this question. What did we call vitamin water before we added the vitamins? Now, most people told me water, but in actuality, it was Kool-Aid. You add some vitamins to Kool-Aid, and what happened? It became a billion-dollar industry. So do you think enriched products sell pretty well? Yeah, me too. The question is what do we enrich ours with that makes it so much better? Well, we enrich it with a very powerful ancient herb called Gano lucidum, also known as reishi, lingxi, yangji. Now, if you're not sure what any of those names are, you might be a little surprised to find out that Gano lucidum is a giant red mushroom. So yes, if you tried our product, yes, you tried mushroom coffee. But don't worry, it's not those kind of mushrooms. You'll be fine. Now, there's over 200 different varieties of Gano lucidum, and they're all very good for your body. But there are some better than others and some better than those. But when you get to the very best ones, they start targeting your body in different ways. So there is one best for the immune system, one best for the cardiovascular system, one best for the internal organs, and so on and so forth. Now, there's a lot of companies out there that claim that they're better than we are. In fact, they claim to have the best Gano lucidum. Now, my question to them is always, the best for what? Because if the best ones target, well, what does yours target? And they can never answer that question. They only tell me the people that sold us the Ganoderma said it was the best. I said, wow, that's a lot to say with nothing to back it up with. So of course they get a little upset with me and they ask me, well, then what's yours the best for? And they get even more upset when I tell them, well, ours is the best for everything. Well, I thought you said one couldn't be the best for everything. It can't. That's why we use 6. The 6 most beneficial for the human body, giving you a full body targeted healing effect. Now, which one would you want to drink? The one that helps your entire body or the one that doesn't? The second thing we do different is our extraction method. There wasn't one out there that was good enough. So we had to invent our own. What does our extraction method do? Number one, and most importantly, it makes the Ganoderma absorb quickly and easily in the body, which is not easy to do with Ganoderma, especially not in coffee. Number two, it makes our formula odorless and tasteless. Why is that important? Well, if our coffee didn't taste good, nobody would drink it. Now, how many people have ever heard it's better to prevent than it is to treat? Now, our founder of our company lives by that. And he said, you know what? I'm going to make it so easy for people to prevent. I'm going to make it in a way they'll never forget to do it. Now, Mr. Liaosun's saying more than being the founder of our company, he's a mycologist. A mycologist is a scientist that just studies mushrooms. In 1980, he started studying Ganoderma lucidum. He found out there was over 200 different varieties, found the top 6 for the human body, figured out how to tissue culture and clone those mushrooms, keeping the same 6 the same every single time. Now that took him over 15 years to do 2 things. Number 1, make it absorb in the body. Number 2, he had to make it affordable. Now the one thing that you have to do to make it affordable, in my opinion, is, well, you got to grow your own. Now Gano Excel owns the largest organic plantation in the world. And all the Ganoderma only goes to our products. In fact, we can grow 65 million mushrooms every 3 months. We can support retail sales of up to $3 billion. Now, we've never hit $3 billion in a year yet, but we're working on it. And in 1997, we put Ganoderma in coffee. But why coffee? It's very simple. Everybody drinks it. Why else? Well, if I said, here, take these pills, what would you ask me? Well, why? What are they? What do they do? How are they going to help me, and what are the side effects? Here, drink some of this juice. Well, why? What is it? What does it do? And what does it taste like? Would you like a cup of coffee? Well, sure, I'd love one. You see the difference in our marketing? People want to drink coffee. Well, how well does that work? Well, we're not doing $3 billion a year yet, but 700 million is not bad, is it? 5 million satisfied customers. But luckily for you guys, guess where they're at? Not here. They're outside of North and South America. But guess where 80% of the world's coffee drinkers live? Yeah, they live in North and South America. So if we're doing 700 million a year, have 5 million satisfied customers in countries, well, that don't even like coffee that much, what do you think we're going to do here? Maybe just a little bit more? Quite possibly. That's why in 2006 we opened up a brand new factory. That factory is over 1 million square feet inside. And everything from roasting our own coffee beans to printing our own packaging, we do everything ourselves from step 1 to step done. We're GMP and ISO certified, pharmaceutical grade, pharmaceutical clean through the entire process, and we have state-of-the-art laboratories making and testing your coffee. Do you think that's important? Well, the answer is actually no. It's not important unless you know one thing, and that one thing I like to call WIFM.